Hey everyone, and welcome back to Zavvi's YouTube channel. My name is Emily, and today we're looking at how the upcoming Disney Plus show Wandavision could impact the MCU. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and hit that bell notification button so you never miss an upload. With the triumphant Spider-Man Far From Home, the epic Infinity Saga came to conclusion in 2019. A new dawn of the MCU is thus upon us, and for the first time it's venturing into the world of television, thanks to new streaming service Disney Plus, opening up a world of opportunities. Although we've had Marvel shows before, such as Jessica Jones and Daredevil, they always ran separate to the world of the MCU, despite hints and nods that would potentially connect the two. But with the arrival of the mighty Disney Plus, this is no more, with Marvel Studios now taking charge when it comes to the television side of the comic book conglomerate. From now on, the Marvel TV shows coming our way will be set in the world of the MCU, being intrinsically tied to the storylines in the movies, featuring crucial plot developments, characters, and more. And it all kicks off with Wandavision later this year, with the first full trailer for the show dropping earlier this week, giving us a glimpse at what is to come. Elizabeth Olsen returns as Scarlet Witch, whilst Paul Bettany reprises his role of Vision. Of course, Vision was killed by Thanos in Avengers Infinity War, leaving fans wondering how on earth he can be back in the MCU. With speculation rife that the series will partly take place in Wanda's mind as she imagines a version of her life with her partner. Another question raises how will Wandavision impact the MCU, since we already know that it will be crucial to future phases of the franchise. There are plenty of Easter eggs in the trailer suggesting what influence it will have on events, starting with a sneaky reference to the House of M. You may notice that Wanda pours out wine from a bottle labelled Maison du Mépris, which translates to House of Contempt. Both the House of and the giant M in the bottle could be referring to the House of M storyline from Marvel Comics, which saw Wanda lose both her mind and control of her powers, completely changing reality. And in this new world, mutants become the dominant species. So if WandaVision is following this storyline, it could introduce the X-Men to the MCU, something we have been promised is coming. It's also important to note in the House of M story, Wanda then tries to eradicate mutants from the world, even uttering the line, "No more mutants," meaning the show potentially could be setting up a conflict between the X-Men and Wanda. As confirmed by a set photo, WandaVision will introduce SWORD to the MCU, a group hinted at in the trailer as well. Standing for Sentient World Observation and Response Department, think of SWORD as another SHIELD-like organisation, which focuses on protecting the world from extraterrestrial threats. SWORD could therefore play a major role in the future of the MCU, like SHIELD did in Infinity Saga, with the dangers to the world coming from outer space. We also know Kat Dennings will return to her role of scientist Darcy Lewis in WandaVision, so it's likely she is a member of SWORD and maybe Wanda's contact in the organisation. Talking of returning characters, WandaVision will also feature Monica Rambeau, who we first met as a child in Captain Marvel. Tiana Paris will play the adult version of the character, who we get a glimpse at in the trailer. Monica could have a huge impact on the MCU, given that in the comics she has similar powers to Captain Marvel, even taking on that moniker at one time. In the trailer, she seems to be surrounded by energy, having just survived being launched from the sky, so it looks like she was either gaining her powers here or is already in full possession of them. With Wanda changing reality, maybe this leads to Monica gaining her powers. What we do know though is the character Monica will have implications in the MCU, with the events in WandaVision probably tying to the confirmed Captain Marvel sequel. The show has also been confirmed to directly lead into other MCU sequel Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is due to feature Scarlet Witch alongside the Master of the Mystic Arts. Although Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange isn't in the trailer, expect him to pop up somewhere in WandaVision. Maybe he arrives to deal with the consequences of Wanda's messing reality, something the Doctor Strange sequel will then address. Another link between Doctor Strange and WandaVision could be the character of Agatha Harkness, who Catherine Hahn is expected to be playing in the show. Hahn has only been confirmed to be playing a nosy neighbour, meaning there's definitely more to her character, and she could indeed be Agatha Harkness, a powerful witch who taught Wanda all that she knows. If Wanda is envisioning her perfect reality, it's likely her mentor will pop up, but also if Wanda is struggling with her powers, Agatha may be here to help. Or she may not be a helpful presence at all, with WandaVision setting up Agatha to be an MCU villain. In one comic book storyline, Agatha foresaw Vision losing control, thus destroying the world, so maybe she is here to disrupt the duo's seemingly idyllic life. And as to her link with the Doctor Strange sequel, in the comics Agatha is at one point in league with Nightmare, who's rumoured to be the big bad in Multiverse of Madness, so the introduction of Agatha in WandaVision could therefore build to Nightmare in the upcoming movie. And finally, WandaVision seems set to introduce the pair's twins to the MCU, Thomas and William. Now, the story of the twins in the comics is quite complicated. The basis is they only exist in Wanda's head until the repercussions of the House of M, which, as we mentioned earlier, seems to come into play in Wandavision, and sees them be reincarnated in reality. The real Thomas and William then go on to become superheroes Wicked and Speed, both of whom are part of the group the Young Avengers. So although in Wandavision it's likely the twins aren't real, the show could be building to all of this, meaning the Young Avengers could also be introduced in the MCU at some point in the future. That would make sense, given that Endgame was the end of an era for the Avengers, meaning the surviving members might start looking soon for those who can continue their legacy. I suppose all we really do know about WandaVision is that it will have huge implications for the MCU, and we can't wait. Are you excited for WandaVision? Let us know in the comments, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and hit that bell notification button so you never miss an upload. See you next time!